Hey guys, Dave Kimbrough here with the Kimbrough Team Remax 4000. It is July the 9th, which means we must have market stats, and that we do. Market stats for the month of June are right below me on a link. If you care to delve deeper into those, do so at your own risk. I can tell you that there's a lot of information in there, and not all of it is awesome. Before we get into market stats, I want to say I hope everybody had a wonderful 4th of July. I know I did. I love the way they had the fireworks lined up. One night Fruita, next night Junction, next night Book Cliff Country Club. And honestly, Book Cliff Country Club they were awesome. I loved them. They were, for a little country club, I thought those fireworks were really solid. But I know we had a lot of fun watching fireworks over the last weekend and spending time with friends and family. It's always one of my favorite weekends because a lot of times it's a long weekend and you really get to sit back and relax. And our weather was amazing. So hope everybody enjoyed the 4th to the fullest. But back to June market stats. Not a great month of June, right? Over the last 5 years, I think we've had 4 months with fewer sales than we had in the month of June. So great to have June in the rearview mirror. Our sales were down about 28%. A 28% reduction in sales is a huge number. And so that's not awesome. That it really shows you that some of the buyers are backing out of the marketplace because of those interest rates, which we'll talk about in just a second. I think the worst kept secret in the United States right now is one, housing inventory is on the rise. Article out today, 37% increase in the month of June across the United States. Now, some of that is localized and regionalized. I get it, right? Some people are going to say, well, yeah, a lot of that's in Florida and Texas. I get it, but it's happening everywhere. I talked to somebody in Illinois earlier this week. They're seeing the same things we're seeing here. I track Denver. Why do I track Denver every week? Because Denver is where most of our buyers, the Front Range is where over 50% of our buyers come from. What is Denver seeing? Because whatever they're seeing, we're going to probably see here. And Denver's seeing a lot of the same stuff we are. Things that are good, there's houses, two markets, right? Two different markets. You put something on the market, it'll go under contract in 1, 2, 3 weeks, right? If it lasts past 1 to 2, 3 weeks, you're going to be 2, 3 months in order to get it sold, most likely. It's a really weird dynamic I've not seen before in 22 years of doing this job. But there's no question, if you got something good, clean, aggressively priced, marketed properly, it will move relatively quickly. If you don't, it won't, right? So you've got those two things. But back half of the year, we're going to see inventory increase. That's going to put pressure on pricing, right? The window for getting your home sold isn't closing, but it's narrowing. Okay, we'll put that. It's good for buyers because there's less pressure on the marketplace. You're going to have a little more selection, no question about it. And you're probably not going to be competing as much as you would have a year or 2 years ago, hell, even 3 or 4 months ago, right? So we continue to see that. Interest rates, that's another interesting thing too. A lot of this is attributed to interest rate, but I think it's also can be attributed to the fact that people are consuming differently now, right? They've been in this holding pattern for so long that at some juncture, if you're told you're going to get rate help in back in November and it doesn't come, then January and it doesn't come, and then in May and it doesn't come, and then in July and it doesn't come, you just pull out, right? Right? That's what we've got. You just got this waiting game. And people have been waiting, and now they're starting to make decisions, life decisions. They're like, I'm tired of waiting. I'm not going to do this thing. Now we're being told, hey, look, we're probably going to see interest rate drops, at least one of them in September, and maybe two more by the end of the year. This has changed in the last 3 weeks, right? So what happens is then they're going to be like, hey, well, if they're starting to drop, we're just going to wait and see how low they go. So it is a really, the Fed doesn't do anybody any justice because they're always late to the party and they're late to leave. They were late to raise interest rates because the market was overstimulated. And now they're going to be late because the market has slowed down. The momentum is gone. They're going to be late to the game and raising them and getting momentum back. If you watch football, momentum is king. When you've got it, keep it and keep rolling. That is the best way to do it. But if you lose it, it's really hard to get it back. And I think that's where we're at. So I think overall, the real estate market nationwide is slower, right? And we're going to need some interest rate help to get the buyers back off of the sidelines and get them back into the game. And until we see that, we're probably going to continue to see a higher level of inventory. We're going to see more pressure on pricing as we move through the back half of this year. And, we've got the election, and politically, this country is just in shambles. And I think that plays a part too. I don't think it's ever been more uncertain of what's going on and what's happening. And there's no question when you're making big purchases, you make them because you're confident in your future. If you're not confident about the future, you generally don't make big purchase decisions. I know me at my house, we're not. We've changed the way we spend. I think a lot of people are changing the way they spend and how they look at life. So anyway, kind of a complex deal, but it's really interesting. We love it here. I love watching it. Sometimes it's not fun to watch, and doesn't feel very good, but it's certainly, I never stop learning with this job, and that's one of the things I love about it. We appreciate you being part of the Kimbrough team. We appreciate you watching these videos. We appreciate you sending your friends and your family and bringing your business to our team. We're passionate about what we do. We're knowledgeable, and honestly, we've been the #1 real estate team in this valley for a very long time, and one of the top 100 Remax teams in the world for 7, 8 years. And we're very thankful for the business that we have. And you're a big part of that. So thank you very much. If you have friends or family that are interested in buying or selling, we'd love to take care of them. We'll take great care of them as best we can. And I'll tell you what, over the next 6 to 12 months is going to be the most important time. I know it sounds kind of canned, but it's going to be the most important time in the real estate industry for people to have agents who know what they're doing. Because there's a lot of shift happening in the real estate industry and the real estate markets, that are going to take an experienced person who can navigate those professionally and aggressively, to know how to negotiate, a negotiating expert. There's a lot of things that we do here at the Kimbrough team that a lot of times people don't understand or they don't see, but they're going to become increasingly more meaningful as this real estate world continues to shift. Anyway, thanks for being part of our team. We love you. We appreciate you. If you ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Friends or family, let us know. You can call us 970-263-7355, or just email us info@thekimbroughsteam.com. Have a great rest of the month of June. Or July, pardon me, and we'll see you at the first part of August.